Hello everyone, I am Iasmin, and today Ingrid, Isadora and I are going to present about ethics in education. Here we have the table of contents, so we are going to start with the objectives, and then the introduction, the theoretical ground, our experience, closing remarks, and then the debate. The objectives of our presentation is to reflect upon the importance of ethics in education, to discuss the importance of ethics for teachers, to present the importance of the discipline professional ethics in our language teaching course in 2021, and also the debate. Here we have a quote from this academic researcher who says that teachers have the responsibility to act in the framework of ethical principles, especially with the students involved in their vocational fields and with colleagues by considering responsibilities related to their duties and so on. In other words, teachers should act ethically not only with students but also with other teachers, co-workers, and so on. There are four principles of ethics in education that it is important to take into account. They are conflict of interest, responsibility, honest, and confidentiality. And here we have an explanation related to the four principles mentioned before, and I'm going to read it. Therefore, the teachers of future should consider ethical principles on the basis of their decisions and actions in the face of a situation which they experience. They should be able to develop both a theoretical background and an awareness about how to treat students and others and how to solve ethical dilemmas they might encounter. So, as I said before, it is important to take into account the four principles inside and outside the classroom. They should be interconnected to work.
An ideal teacher is not only the person who can teach the best they know, but also the person who has become a moral model with their lifestyle and behavior. In other words, a teacher is a role model for their students. So their lifestyle and their behavior may reflect on their students' lifestyle and behavior as well. In accordance with the research, students have associated the concept of ethics with morality, justice, norm based rules, and concepts of good, bad, right, wrong, respect, love, and equality. Moreover, students emphasized that teachers should obey the ethical principles such as justice, equality, professionalism. So here we can have contact with students' point of view in regards to ethics and how they believe that teachers should behave.
According to Gulkan, there are four stages in ethics education. The first one is in family, the second one is in school, the third one in university, and the last one in business. Let's start talking about ethics education in family. It is when children observe their parents, their role models, ethical behaviors, and then they learn social facts. For example, when children learn what are the good words and the bad words, or how to respect other people, for example. Ethics education in school. It is when students learn what is right and what is wrong. They should learn values clarification and make ethical decisions. An easy example for you to understand. It is when students learn that it's incorrect to cheat, for example, on tests or exams, or copy someone's homework. Now let's talk about ethics education in university. This kind of ethical education provides students to realize what is right, make good decisions about ethical issues in their professions. One important topic to be addressed here is plagiarism. because inside the university environment, unfortunately, it is common to know people that don't know what is plagiarism and how not to do this inside the university. And this is something unethical inside the university. The last one is ethics education in business. It is when people learn some ethical codes about their occupations. For example, we are studying to be future teachers, and it is very important that we could learn how to behave inside a classroom. Do you remember when I was talking about ethics in university? The same author points out that plagiarism is something common inside this environment because of the spread of technology. Ethics has also become important in education because education is a fundamental process of human life. Therefore, ethics is very important subject in education. We can easily reach all knowledge by technology. In education, using technology reveals some ethical problems, such as plagiarism. In order to understand the importance of ethics, ethics should be placed as a course in educational system. Here we can see that ethics is very important in education regarding plagiarism because when you commit plagiarism, you are being unethical, not respecting someone's words, someone's studies, and so on. It means that it is very important for us to know what is plagiarism and how not to commit this in our daily life in university. As we are discussing about the importance of ethics for teachers, it is very important that pre-service teachers get the necessary and adequate training in this regard and should be guided by their occupational ethics. Know how to act inside the classroom with different situations that we can face in our daily routine with students in different contexts. Now, I will share a little about our experience in a discipline in 2020, professional ethics, and we studied all these contents, ethics definition, difference, morals and ethics, historical background, human rights, concepts of liberty and tolerance, feminism movement, racism and ideologies, professional ethics, and emancipatory education. And all of those contents made us reflect upon our roles and behaviors inside the classroom and how social principles influence our teaching practice. I can give you an example of how all these discussions were important. I was teaching some children, they were 6 years old. We were discussing about the differences between families. For example, there are families that there are two fathers, there are families with two moms, and there are the regular families. And we were discussing with students the importance of respect, the importance of human rights, and so on. And all of those contents made me feel more confident to discuss with my students because I have the background to do it.
To sum up, it is fundamental for us, teachers and future teachers, to study ethical principles during our undergraduation course because it will reflect on our behavior and how we act inside and outside the school environment. And here we have our closing remarks. Acquiring knowledge related to ethics in education reflects not only on our practicum, but also on our professional life as teachers. After constructing such consciousness, the future dilemmas will be faced properly. We also prepared a moment for debate, so we would love to read your thoughts and ideas. So feel free to comment below.
Ms. K is a veteran teacher who is very popular with her students. She frequently offers students extra help after school, so it's not uncommon to see students visiting her classroom after school. She has tutored one of her students, Melissa, in a variety of subjects over a 2-year period. During that time, Ms. K has emailed and texted Melissa's cell phone using her personal email address. At first, these exchanges were very general, sometimes unrelated to schoolwork. For example, asking Melissa about a sick family member or how she was getting along with friends. Recently, the student began to text her teacher about more personal feelings.
Now that you have already watched the video, we would like to hear from you. Do you have students who send you private messages? How do you feel about that? And in your opinion, what would be crossing the line with private messages on social media? We also have here another example of a dilemma faced by a teacher. They are adolescents for students. They want to express themselves, dress freely, wear makeup, and so on. We teachers hear their worries about the freedom to express themselves. The administration warns us that students have to obey the rules regarding school uniform. Throughout this process, we face dilemmas. When we teachers hear students' worries about wearing makeup, dressing freely, and expressing themselves, and they cannot do that because of school rules about uniform. In your opinion, do you think it is the teacher's job to talk to the school administration? How would you feel and what would you do if one of your students asked you to talk to the school administration about the uniform and their desire of expressing themselves freely? Here you can see our references. Ethical Dilemmas, a Problematic Situation for Teachers. Perceptions of Pre-Service Teachers About Teacher Professional Ethics course through metaphors. And discussing the importance of teaching ethics in education. Thank you so much for your attention and bye-bye.